Bank fraud. Foreign commercial banks. Information provided to H.E. Cardinal Mamberti and the Vatican Chancery Court in regard to our claims, March 6, 2005, January 19, 2023, in Seek. American banks are not, generally speaking, American banks. They aren't even banks set up to address and meet the needs of living people. Instead, they are almost universally commercial banks set up by the British Crown and municipal subcontractors housed in the District of Columbia. To make their banking scheme work, all the people of this country have to be redefined and incorporated as U.S. corporations, and interpreted as such, because people can't use commercial banks. We don't engage in commerce by definition, because commerce is business between two incorporated entities. The usurpers had to create franchises for themselves and operate them for us in order to gain regulatory control over us and gain backdoor access to our assets. So, the colluding British Crown and municipal corporation subcontractors unlawfully seized upon our lawful persons, that is, our proper names, and sequentially created a British territorial legal person belonging to the British Crown Corporation and next, a municipal person belonging to the municipal corporation, both named after us, without our knowledge or consent. This undisclosed and non-consensual impersonation is used in a variety of ways to defraud the Americans for the benefit of these British Crown and municipal corporations acting in breach of trust, but for now, focus on the basic personage crime involved, which creates and then latches onto foreign legal persons named after us, and which then appear to be associated with us, all without our knowledge or consent. Having created their own unauthorized and undisclosed franchises named after us, the British Crown and municipal corporation subcontractors housed in the District of Columbia proceeded to misrepresent these legal fiction persons as part of their citizenry. The entire process results in a capital crime of unlawful conversion. This gave the colluding British Crown and municipal subcontractors the ability to subject these foreign franchise persons to their laws and corporate policies, and gave them an excuse to misaddress us, as if we were the same as these entities whipped up on paper. Other acts of deceit combined with this basic unlawful conversion scheme allowed them to build their entire bank system on fraud and purloined assets. In 1924, our purported United States trustees sold the trademarks and business interests of the United States Treasury and the United States Treasury Department to the International Monetary Fund. This asset belonging to our American Federal Republic was then used by a municipal corporation doing business as the IMF to promote constructive fraud. Most famously, the long-defunct United States Treasury sent out tax collection letters and all sorts of tax forms to Americans each year, misaddressing them as municipal corporation franchises, and deliberately giving millions of people the false impression that the communication was official government business addressed to them, when in fact it was mail fraud promoted by a foreign commercial bank collecting a debt from a municipal corporation franchise doing business in the name of the victim. Millions of Americans assumed the debt presented under color of law, and at least according to the perpetrators, volunteered to pay a tax they never owed and also unwittingly subjected themselves to foreign municipal corporation law, as an undisclosed result. We finally busted that fraud scheme, only to have the British Crown Corporation subcontractors writing official-sounding tax collection letters in the name of the Federal Tax Authority, and threatening Americans with tax liens and tax sales and sending distraint warrants under color of law. They are committing mail fraud and misrepresenting themselves as the government, and misaddressing Americans as territorial franchises. This pernicious, willful criminal behavior on the part of both subcontractors housed in the District of Columbia, both operating as municipal corporations, albeit under different management, merits their dissolution or direct forfeiture to our lawful government as crime syndicates involved in multi-generational and international crime. Their self-evident attitude is that if one fraud scheme doesn't bag the prey, the second fraud scheme will. They have been colluding in this manner, as we have seen, since 1937, and these foreign corporate interests have always hidden, always operated behind the backs of the American people, which evidences the premeditated and purposeful nature of their crimes against us. The American people were deliberately left uninformed by British Crown and municipal corporation subcontractors that owed them good faith service, and as a result, we have been unlawfully preyed upon by these foreign interests acting under color of law and conditions of deceit for 6 generations. The amount of debt already owed by these corporations to the American people is incalculable, so the demand that they be forfeited together with all their franchises, would-be successors, and other assets, is not unreasonable. We wish for the immediate cessation of all and any illegal mercenary activities on our shores and strict adherence to the limitations of the actual constitutions for as long as it takes to clean this mess up. Issued by Anna Maria Riesinger, Fiduciary. The United States of America in care of Box 520994 Big Lake, Alaska 99652. April 14, 2023. Links to Anna's articles and resources can be found in the video description box. Thank you for subscribing, liking and sharing.